I want to share with you a new personal practice that I've been engaging in that has had immense value for me in my everyday life. It's maybe a little counterintuitive because we generally do the opposite. When faced with discomfort or uncomfort, we usually try to get rid of it right away and say something or do something or think something to move past and to experience it as little as possible. What I've been doing is kind of being hyper vigilant for, or at least I've got my antenna open and aware for the moments when I feel discomfort. Going along fine, everything's flowing, I feel good about myself and how I'm showing up, and then tink, something tightens. Usually my belly. That's the first place I feel it. And rather than sort of numb myself to that and keep operating as if I didn't feel it, maybe it'll go away if I just ignore it, I'm listening. Ow. Tightness. Tension. I used to just try to push that away or judge myself. Bad thing. Not even knowing what was going on, just this is not okay. This doesn't feel good. I don't feel good. Something's wrong with me. So much even unarticulated but energetic contraction. And now what I'm doing most of the time, and believe me, there's a lot of time to do this because it's a very frequent occurrence. Once I've started to pay attention, I'm, wow, this happens a lot. A lot. And that's okay. Nothing to be ashamed about. Although that's my first reaction. What is it? Why are you so frequently uncomfortable or contracting around life? I thought you were more enlightened than that by now. But getting past that and recognizing another possibility, which is, what just happened? And being curious to discover what's at the core. What's at the core of that contraction? It's not really an easy process. It's simple. For me, I really have to determine to slow down and really feel, sense in my body what's happening. Where do I feel this? Is it a tightness in my throat? Is it my heart got tight? Did my stomach contract? My breathing? It can be missed, mostly because we do it so often. I have done it for so often, but also I can attend to it. And when I do, and just stay with the sensation long enough to hold it in my awareness, almost be that physical sensation, and breathe into it and allow it to just be what I'm being. I think now I understand it. It's like a microaggression or a trauma that starts to congeal, and as I give it my attention, it softens and does like dissipates and kind of expands and allows me then to be open and flowing again and self-connected again, and understanding appears. Oh, that's what I was thinking. That thought is what tightened me, and the discomfort is the message. You're tightening up. You're contracted around something. You've just squeezed down the flow of vital life energy that is available, but not so available right now for me. I'll give you an example. I was sharing in a group just earlier this morning, and I felt so alive and so just tingly and wonderful. And as I was sharing how I felt, or being how I felt, the sentence, "I feel full of myself," came into my head as a way to describe how I felt. But before I could actually say the words, they got caught because I was already judging myself. Oh, you're so full of yourself, are you? Like being full of myself and letting other people see me be full of myself is a bad thing. Even repeating it now, I can feel the sort of shame shower to some degree of, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. That belief is a thing that prevents me from being fully alive and full of myself, and knowing I'm full of myself, and claiming that I'm full of myself, and being proud of being full of myself. So I was sharing, and I almost said, I feel full of myself, but I said, I feel, I was going to say full of myself, but then I realized that there was a part of me that shot in so fast and judged me for feeling that, for admitting it, for expressing it, maybe even for being it, that my nervous system, my stomach contracted, and I could feel the discomfort, the squeezing off of where my energy had been. I just shut myself down. But by slowing down and noticing the discomfort, being with it, breathing into myself as I be with that energetic allowing my energy flow to reopen. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what happened. I was full of myself. A very good thing, actually. A delightful, self-nourishing, self-regenerating energy to be in. And some little voice that I acquired on my path, like, shot me. And how often does that happen? I don't know, but I caught it this time. And told myself the truth. I didn't actually tell myself the truth. I arrived at the truth. My truth. The truth that feeling full of myself is awesome by this process. That's my tip for today. So to recap, the idea is to actually pay attention enough somatically in our bodies to notice when our breath and our flow is constricted. To pause. To be curious rather than judgmental. To restore or allow ourselves to come back to self-regulation, to the open, flowing nervous system and energetic, and receive the understanding of what just happened. And to allow ourselves to know our truth. And what happens with that is an expansion of who we are, a greater capacity to show up for life and to enjoy what it brings us, to enjoy ourselves receiving what life brings us and how we show up for it. And to expand our capacity to enter into the exquisiteness of being.